I think what we have here is a neutral third party saying that the law proposed to reduce congestion and reduce commute times wasn't going to do any of those things. And so you can't take out bike lanes and put people in harm's way if the removal of them for reducing congestion isn't even going to happen.
Okay, so now this also opens the door for an appeal. Can you talk about that process?
Sure. You have to appeal very quickly following these things, usually within 30 days. My hope is that the premier moves on to bigger issues, healthcare, education, this huge tariff war we've got going on with the U.S., and stop spending public money on a bike lane distraction. The cost award in this decision was $200,000 against the province of Ontario. That's our money, our taxpayer money that's going to go to this fight. And they couldn't even produce evidence that the law that they were proposing was going to work. Let's put this thing to bed and move on the issues that are affecting the people of Ontario.
The whole time, the Ford government has said this is about getting the city moving again. This is about reducing congestion. What do you say to that?
And this was their opportunity to provide reports, statistics, data to a neutral third party that could look at it and say, yep, the government's right. Getting rid of these bike lanes is going to really help people get from Etobicoke downtown in time. They didn't do any of that. They didn't provide any evidence. And in fact, what evidence they did have showed that people within their own government had said to them before the bill was put into law that removing bike lanes will not impact congestion time.
And along with that, there's the city hiring a traffic congestion czar. The big question here is what will solve this problem?
For sure. I'm going to visit my mom in Guelph this weekend, and it's going to take me 2 hours on the 401 to see her. And it shouldn't be that way. So we have real problems with congestion in the province of Ontario, especially in the GTA. And let's start by looking at the 400 series highways. Let's start at looking at having more trains, get the Eglinton Crosstown online. We need to get people in the core of Toronto out of cars and into transit and onto bikes. That's what's going to solve this problem. We got a huge city, it's growing, and that's fantastic. But you cannot have induced demand as the solution to the problem. One more car lane is not going to solve things for Toronto.
And finally, if we can ask you about the Superior Court justice in this case, sort of suggesting that removing these bike lanes was going to pose a great danger to cyclists in our city. Can you paint a picture for us and explain how dangerous it would be for cyclists to not have those bike lanes?
We get calls from individuals across the province every day who've been on their bike and hit by motorists not looking when they turn right or left or on their phone, you name it. It's very dangerous out there. And the statistics and data show that protected bike lanes, keeping people separate, keeps them safe. And the province even admitted to that. In their last minute amendments, they blocked people from suing the government and suing the contractors for removing these bike lanes if they were injured. And so that's an admission. They knew that if they took out bike lanes, people were going to get hurt.
Okay. Biking advocate and lawyer David Shellnutt, thank you very much for your time and insight this evening.
Thanks so much.